Napoleon and His Obsession with Egypt. The campaign in Egypt was a military campaign carried out during the French Revolution and, therefore, should be analyzed in the context of the wars of the French Revolution. In this campaign, the French intended to occupy Egypt to use this territory as a platform from which they would advance to India, where, with the support of local forces, they would attack British rule in that region. In the first 2 years, 1798 and 1799, the French military forces were commanded by Napoleon Bonaparte, who had advocated carrying out this expedition. Between France and Egypt is the island of Malta, which was conquered by the French along the way. The military campaign was accompanied by a scientific campaign, in which numerous names from French academic circles participated, which was a success. The Rosetta Stone was found during this campaign. However, in military terms, the campaign was a disaster. It was a waste of lives, money and materials. It had no influence on the international balance of power or the position of the French Navy in the Mediterranean. Soldiers, think that from the top of these pyramids, 40 centuries gaze at you. With that phrase, Napoleon Bonaparte urged his commanders to face the troops of Muslim Mamluks during the Battle of the Pyramids, on July 21, 1798. The battle was part of the French military campaign in the East, decided by the Directory the previous year and commanded by Bonaparte, who, at the age of 29, intended, in addition to conquering Egyptian territory, to provide the contact of wise men influenced by the European Enlightenment with the ancient Egypt culture. The military and political objective of the campaign was to sever the English Empire's connection with the trade routes that reached India, seeking to economically weaken the British and their naval control over the Mediterranean. Napoleon was enormously prestigious for the victorious campaigns carried out in Italy. The French army left Toulon on May 19 with around 300 ships and over 35,000 soldiers. The first conquest took place with the capture of the island of Malta on June 12. The landing on Egyptian soil took place in Alexandria on July 1, 1798. From there, the French army moved through the desert to carry out the conquest of the city of Cairo. The main characteristic of the Battle of the Pyramids was the confrontation of the famous cavalry of the Muslim Mamluks commanded by Murad and Ibrahim Bey, which was composed of a greater number of men than the Napoleonic army. However, the cavalry armed with swords, bows and arrows could not contain the French artillery and the square formation designed by Napoleon. The firearms technology of the French proved to be more effective than the might of the famous cavalry of the Mamluks. However, a month after the Battle of the Pyramids, the English Admiral Horatio Nelson commanded the British fleets that completely destroyed the French fleets in the Mediterranean, ending the Napoleonic pretension of conquering the entire region. The French campaign turned out to be a failure from a military point of view, and Napoleon left Egypt in October 1799. Perhaps more important than the military aspect was the work carried out by the various researchers summoned by Napoleon to participate in the Egyptian expedition. Some 167 artists, doctors, botanists and scientists traveled to the east to undertake a detailed study of Egypt. Among them were the mathematician and chemist Gaspard Monge, 1746–1818, the chemist Claude-Louis Berthollet, 1748–1822, the mathematician Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier, 1768–1853, zoologist Étienne Geoffroy Saint-Hilaire, 1772–1844, inventor Nicolas Jacques Conti, 1775–1805, and artist Dominique Vivant Denon, 1747–1825. The main contributions of the researchers were recorded in the work Description de l'Égypte, edited between 1809 and 1822, comprising 22 volumes. In addition, numerous objects found in Egypt were sent to France. Among them, the Rosetta Stone stands out, found by chance by a soldier in the village of the same name. In it was found a text by Ptolemy V. Epiphanes, 210–180 BC, written in 3 ancient languages, hieroglyphic, Demotic and Greek. Starting in 1822, the young philologist Jean-François Champollion, aged 32, was able to decipher the writings on the Rosetta Stone, creating, from then on, the keys to the study of all the writings found in buildings and archaeological finds. Egyptians.
Napoleon Bonaparte intended with this expedition to weaken the English, but also to equal Alexander the Great, 356 BC, 323 BC, both for the military successes carried out by a young general and in the contribution of the approximation of Western and Eastern cultures. This video is just a summary, and of course many things were left out. Don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to our channel and see you next time.